Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. So ADA is moving higher, probably going to approach here now the next fib level, which is the 78.6% fib level at 50.1 cents. We start with a bullish scenario. Afterwards we take the bearish scenario into account. In the short term, they move in very similar ways, so the expectations for both the bullish and the bearish cases are very similar. So we talked about that in the previous video already in more detail. Not going to repeat all of that. It just means that we expect them to move together in this corrective wave, and then in an impulse down they should come down together. The thing is then in the bearish scenario, it should in the next impulse down move below 42 cents, yeah, and even go below 40.3 cents, yeah. And which was the previous low here from, where were we? I think from July. So and in the bullish scenario we should stop here and then reverse back up in a much more bullish impulse, which would eventually take us to around about 60 cents and higher. But how do we take it now? Because the wave B is moving a bit higher than anticipated. So first of all, the wave B can do that. It is all within a scenario of a wave B to move higher. Two things to mention here. A wave B can go all the way up to the previous high, yeah, the beginning of the wave A. It could even go higher. It is just getting unlikely at that point. Again, we can move only in the space of probabilities here. This for me is clearly still a corrective wave at the moment, so I'm not going to change the wave count here. Please always understand a wave B can be unpredictable. They can go very long, they can go very short. That is often why it's best to stay out of a wave B trade. Can trade it, but it is just more risky. What else do we need to mention here? So of course it could go higher. Next key resistance is 50.1 cents and then the 50.7 cent level. If we eventually really go above 51.4 cents, which I currently don't expect primarily, but of course we can't rule anything out, then I would have to change the overall assumption here, the overall wave count, and we could then expect either a larger double zigzag correction, which would be a WXY pattern, or we could be looking at something like a triangle here. So this is all possible. It would, in my opinion, still be corrective and not an impulse. So I would still look at the wave 2 here as a corrective wave at the moment, not being finished yet. Yeah, because overall it's not looking impulsive yet. Yeah, we need some nice 5 waves. At the moment we don't have that. Can't rule it out, yeah, as I said. And above 51.4 cents we might consider something more bullish, but then I want to see 5 waves. I can currently not see 5 waves. This for me is still a corrective wave pattern. And above 51.4, as I said, we need to consider alternatives, and I gave you 2 examples for that just now. That's the bullish count, where we would eventually come down into this region here between 42.4 and 44.3 cents. So that's what I'm looking at now. By the way, I took some profits of an ADA trade earlier today at around 49 cents. Took only partial profits, allowing the price to go higher, to take some more profits higher if we go up high enough, do something maybe unexpected and go higher, because just because something is my primary expectation, it of course doesn't need to work out. It's all about likelihoods. And then what I sometimes try to let you come across as well, or let me come across, or whatever, what I want to communicate sometimes is, sometimes it's also worth decoupling your trades from the overall expected wave counts, yeah, basically to expect the unexpected. So if I'm, for example, taking profits here, I'm not taking 100% of profits because I know the market could do something unexpected, yeah. So we don't want to get caught out, yeah. Don't focus with all your whatever. If you see the same patterns like I do, because I don't give you any financial advice, so if you take any trades, it's up to you. But let's say you're following this and you think, all right, I'm going to take profits here. I would personally never take all of my profits in one go, just because I expect something to come down. I would take some, yeah, because nobody got poorer from taking profits, but I also want to allow as long as we are still in an uptrend and we are still, we haven't made any lower lows here or lower highs at the moment. So you want to stay with the trend until the end, basically. But taking profits along the way is part of your risk management. And largely, you're not going to make money by following the Elliott waves or any TA. You're going to make money with your risk management, okay? By taking into account TA. Okay, let's go to the bearish count. Bearish, not Bitcoin bearish. No, 1 second, I clicked on the wrong one. We want to look at the ADA bearish count that absolutely we need to have on the radar because the overall chart has become quite weak. The ADA bearish count also here, you know, the wave 2 can obviously go a bit higher in line with the wave B in the bullish count. Both, in my opinion, here corrective waves, not a problem. And also here, the wave 2 though, and that's the difference, the wave 2 cannot go above the 51.4 cent level. Now, if it does, then probably would have to assume that then maybe, you know, this larger wave 2 was never finished, so we have to consider that. Maybe even this wave 4 was never finished. I would then need to look at it, or we have a larger triangle unfold, something like that. But overall, at the moment, I would primarily expect we're coming down in a wave 3 as long as we stay below 51.3 cents, and that would then take us below that key area down here that I showed you in the bullish chart. So oh no, yeah, need to go back to the bullish chart, but it would just it highlights that if we come down, we should reach this target area down there with the highest likelihood. It's just not loading now, which I showed you in the bullish count anyway. And you just need to understand that in the bearish count, we are going to go through this area, which is this one here, between 42.4 and 44.3 cents. Now, I might move that higher eventually if we get an overshooting wave B or this count is going to get invalidated. At the moment, this count is not invalidated, and at the moment, this is looking corrective, so I will expect an impulse down. Okay, and that's my update about ADA. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Goodbye.